This
You can.
conference will now be recorded. This conference will now be recorded.
So please mute your mic. I think someone mic is on. Who is that person? Satish Gandhi. Okay. So VPC peering means like there is a full IP connectivity from your home office. So for example, if you have a one head office and you want to connect to your other regional office, and you want the network that it will be a you can say that a high connectivity network. You don't want that your traffic will go to the internet and then come back to your office, because it will cost you a lot, because as you know that a lot of service provider will give you the IP address that are on chargeable basis. They will give you the internet that is 10 Mbps speed and then 15 Mbps. Depend upon lease line is always costly and it come at a heavy cost. So it is costlier than comparable to you can say that home internet. If home internet 100 Mbps is costing you around 700 or between 500 to 700 rupees or 800 rupees for your subscriber, or maybe 1000 rupees, then for uh, uh, lease line it will cost you around when I was purchased that lease line for some office, they are giving us a 15 Mbps, 20 Mbps speed at the cost of 1,65,000 per annum. So 100 Mbps, if we calculate that we are, if I say that 1 month rent is 1,000 rupees, then 12 month rent is around 12,000. So on the in the lease line they have uh, so much high cost of 20 Mbps speed. Why? Because they have dedicatedly uh, reserved that bandwidth to you, because they have a limited bandwidth. For example, ISP have a bandwidth of 100 GB. So they will fit all the customer in that 100 GB, and they will do the pricing in such a way that that line is always available to you. So we in broadband we are connected via shared network. The line is laid down, but a connection that line is shared by a thousand of subscriber. So everyone is having 100 Mbps speed, but if all person are connected at the same time, if that they are over and above the capacity of bandwidth, then the bandwidth will choke. Or VPC can also be across region, and VPC can be in a different account also. So if we have a multiple account in AWS, you can route the traffic from one network to other. For example, if person A has a account of AWS where he has set up his infrastructure and he want to connect to some other company network, for example, their child company or their partner company, then also that condition is workable. So VPC can be in a different account. VPC CIDR range must not have overlap. So as you know that the concept of network is like no two system have a same IP, and no two network who are communicating privately have a same IP. So that CIDR range must not overlap in VPC, otherwise there will be a conflict and it will detect a same network, and we will have a problem in that. So moving down to the next slide. So security across peer VPC. So this is a one scenario that we have one orange is our security group and blue is our security group. So we have a VPC here and VPC here. We have to allow connection from this private network to this private network. So VPC peering in the same region. So establishing a VPC request. What you have to do is there are some settings which for the earlier trainer was configured that we have to request a VPC peering request from one CIDR to another. So when it will go to that network will accept the request and it will send a request back to the first network. So this is how it would look like in your AWS account, that the traffic destination from peer network should go to the peering. So how this is how the route will look like. So what our objective today is connecting to VPCs. The city marketing team want a separate Amazon VPC for each department for the communication. For example, if you have a two department, marketing and then finance and then production department. So what we will do is we will establish a connection between the two departments and let's see how it works. So it is a very important concept of establishing a private network between the two companies, right? So we will move on to the lab. Is this slide visible to everyone? Please type yes. Okay. So what we will do is I will show you enlarging that picture. So this is our marketing VPC. So they have a their own network, and their IP range is 10.10.0 series. And there is one VPC peering to our finance network, and then we will establish the connection between them. In second scenario, we will establish connection between finance to this developer VPC, right? They are having a different network. So this is our, you can say that typical scenario in the real-time offices where we are connecting a private different department, but not routing that traffic through the internet, because you know that every traffic go to the internet will consume an internet speed, and it is not feasible to copy a say that if 10 users uploading or downloading 100 GB file, or so say that 100 user downloading 1 GB file from network, this network to a marketing team to finance team, then over a 20 Mbps connection, they will barely even manage to complete that download in a single day. So if private network is there, that is lot of cheaper because internet connectivity is not required. So they will easily get a 100 GB per second connection or more with the same cost, and that traffic is directly flow from this to this. Sometime if company is very big enough like Airtel, they can lay down their own network. So I will share my console screen. Is my console screen is visible to everyone? Type yes in chat box. Uh, Title is console home. Okay. So our objective is to configure a VPC peering. So first, as you know that this is how our console look like. So first, we are going to set up a VPC. For VPC, we need to configure a virtual cloud over there. So in the service bar, we will type VPC. So click on that VPC icon. So as you've seen that after clicking a VPC, just a minute, it will taking some time to load. Okay. So as we have earlier seen that we have a dashboard for a EC2 global view. So by clicking on a VPC, we are also seeing a dashboard. So service health is displayed over here that service at this area US is operating normally, and there are VPCs listed over down here, and all component related to our network is listed down here. At the back end of this, there are services that are responsible for controlling the traffic from the network, right? So what we will do is we will need to click on this VPC. We are working in US East region. So as example, I have already created a VPC for you, marketing, finance, and developing team. So now we have three VPC over there. Our objective is to flow the traffic from one virtual private network to the other, right? And we will establish one connection. So here we will type EC2, because from the EC2 only we will know that our traffic is uh, traveling from one instance to another. So type EC2 and we will go to the EC2. So I will click on the instance. If you click on the running, then it will directly apply a filter and will take you to the running instance. So I click on the instance. It will not apply any filter. It will show all the instance. So to save our time, I have already created a one instance which is in marketing VPC. यानी कि marketing one instance is all created in the marketing virtual private network, one in the finance, and one in the developer server. So all these servers are deployed in different VPC. So we will start establishing the connection between them. So first we will select this financial service. So in detail we will review uh, server. My system is slow a little bit, so we need to wait some time. So as you can see that this is my instance. So under the instance summary info, that we are having that Linux platform, and then under that we have sorry, this instance image name, and this is my tag public. I have not attached any public IP, so it is not publicly accessible. Then my private IP is this, so we will copy that, and instance is running, host name is this, type is T2 micro. So here you can review each and everything, uh, yeah, for the instance. So there is no public IPv4 address attached. So our financial server does not have any access to the internet. Therefore, we will need to go to the communication, that is private IP 172.1.0.10. So, so we will also review that subnet ID, this one. So it is also our private subnet ID. I have named it as a private subnet. So, and we also go to the marketing server, and here as per our diagram, it is attached to the public network, but the inter-department communication is private. For example, marketing server, if send a request to finance department, it will go directly to the finance, and then to finance to developer, and then developer to finance. We can also restrict the communication between the inter-department. Only one department can send to the finance, and developer can send to the finance. So that is how we can configure a private network. And here you can see that first we will connect with the marketing server instance. By clicking on instances will give you this window. So they have number of mode to connect to the instance. EC2 instance direct connect, it will open a window in the browser, and then session manager, then SSH, and then EC2 serial console. So session manager is something like we have to establish some session, and we need to give some permissions. And SSH is download the putty and run the following commands. So they will also give you a command like how to connect to this instance. So every instance has different command to connect. For example, this is a secure shell minus I, then it is a ID underscore RSA, then EC2 is a default user, then this is a DNS name. So this is the key name, then username, and then DNS or IP address of that instance. Through that, it will send you a request. But first you have to access of the key. If key is not with you, then you are not able to access that instance. Or before that, you need to provide a permission. Like you have to set up a read permission for your instance. So we will learn in Linux that what is this ch mode is. Basically, it is a command to set up permission on the file. So when the necessary permission is set, then we can connect this instance via this. Hello.
Yeah, the CH mode 400 IRS means 400 means only given and read permission for only owner root user.
Yeah, honor then uh, some like group is also there then. So this is providing the permission to the owner or read,
Yeah, I know, but
right?
they are owner for the read permission. How we can give for another users? How we have to know the work? How we have to work in that? The owner
See
given in
for
a
that,
zero.
thing now, we will definitely have some session on CH mode when we are doing Linux. Because if I bring that concept here, it will consume like half an hour, so that everyone else will not get connected straight away with this concept. So if people who are in this session do not have any hand-on a Linux, then it will be difficult for him to understand this concept. So maintaining the pace of this lab, we only stick to our path that we need to establish a connection between the VPC. So for your information, I tell you that there are a lot of, you can say that if you type like on Google search chmod command, it will give you
Sir, one
a
more.
number of examples. Yes, yes. Tell me. So lot of examples are there, but first you need to understand that why we need this command, and then what are the other things. So, or like what are the read, write, and execute, and why we need this. What are the user? What are the group? Once you understand that how that file structure work in the Linux, then only you can go. But
Sir,
slowly
I
you
know
need
that
to understand and then learn the concept. Pardon?
I know that concept, but I have the one doubt. You are given in CH mode 400. But normal
For
person,
security
how
reason, we don't want na. That is for security reason. We don't want that someone else who is coming to my session and controlling that instance to my session. So I restricted that user only for that session. That he himself have the right to connect to this session. Because sometimes what we need to do is our database is located behind our instance, this web server. So I want that whatever the request come to my web server, or only web server will able to forward that request to my database, right?
yeah,
So
okay, now I
we will
got your
discuss
point.
that. So that is only for security reason, because when you are working in a company, they will provide you a iCard. So if you don't have an iCard, how you can enter that security premises? And also sometimes they configure a biometrics. So only allowed user will go. So we will give a permission to this server that only allowed request will pass to the other server. That is why, because private company, banking company, or any company, they what is the most fear in them is that they need to secure their data. If their data are stealed, like if Airtel have lost their uh, crore of subscriber data, then it is a huge impact on their service. No one will go to the Airtel because we will get so many fraud call. So data privacy is the top priority. Even for ourselves also, we have to, we if we accidentally share our password to anyone else, like by publicly speaking and giving a card to him, if someone will know, they can easily clone your card. They know the password, but somewhere they will tell someone that this is your credit card password, and only they need to do is just engage you in some activity, and then they will hack your money or get your card picture. So everything need to taken care is the privacy of data. So now as you see that our we are connected to our instance, so we will ping that uh, finance server IP, because right now we are connecting to our marketing server. If we will see that, so my IP address is this. So this is the command, like which I told you in my earlier networking session, that ipconfig is command to check uh, IP address in window. But here we have if config command, so it will give us a interface address, that this is my loopback address running, this is my loopback IP address, and this is my Ethernet. So my IP address is this, subnet mask is this, broadcast IP is this, and other information, like which you can see the detail over the internet, but it is simply transmitting and receiving packet is showing here. So what I will do is I have a IP of finance server. So as I told you earlier that this is my finance server IP, we will try to ping it. Right now there is no connection between my finance server and then between my marketing server. So what we will do is, so our objective is to establish a connection. So if you know that command is not moving forward, we type Control C to exit and see that this is the result of the command. 26 packets sent, received 0, 100% loss means no connectivity. So we will return to the EC2 instance page, and then uh, marketing server, we will go to the marketing server. Sorry. We will wait till our screen refresh. Actually, I think my side internet is a little bit slow. Just a minute. Just a minute. So what we need to do is we will check the subnet of this IP for this instance. So as you know that all the virtual machine which we have configured has to connect is reside in some network. For example, if we have a network of have a router and we have a one network. So if we want to connect to the internet, we need to install one machine. So that machine is now is working as a standalone. But if we need to connect to the router, it will connect it to one network. So other machine also can communicate to that machine. So now you are seeing that in our marketing VPC, we need to check the route table. So one important property of the subnet is its route table. A route table contain a set of rules called routers. So routers are used to determine where network traffic from your subnet or gateway is directed. Means whatever the route we have defined here, it will show us that where our traffic is going. So as you can see that internet gateway is attached and active and destination is only local. So our traffic is going to this local network 10.10.10. So the route table will have the rules for the local traffic and public IP range if the gateway is attached. Note that AWS recommend that you have specified a CIDR block from a public private IP address range. For example, if you want to connect to your network, you need to specify that block of a network. Like it will show that how many systems are there. So for connecting VPC, on the left panel, we need to click on the VPC peering instance. This is, I just want to show you this network to you so that when we configure the peering, then we need to add the other network address here so that our network can connect. Right now, we have checked through the EC2 instance that our network is not connected at all. So as you see, there is no VPC peering available here. So first we will try to create a peering connection. The instance in either VPC can Amazon VPC can communicate with each other as if they were in the within the same network. But if outside the network, we need to create a peering. So what we need to do is click on the peering connection, and the name of the peering means we need to give a proper tag. This you can say that uh, So I will use this symbol. So as you seen that I just want to make sure that whenever I look at that peering connection, I easily remember by this tag that marketing and finance both are connected. So both way traffic. So tagging is very much important because for example, the big giant like McDonald, uh, they are also on Amazon cloud server. They have entire network, entire operation of themselves hosted in the Amazon AWS. So from thousand of networking connection VPC peering or a thousand of server, how they will identify that which is that server. So proper tagging is mandatory. It will contain sometime their detail of reason, then their detail of department name, and some IDs which they usually use. So it is very much important for them to do a proper tagging. So right now we are having two departments, so I am doing this tagging. Otherwise, it also contains the name of production environment and other things. So under this select local VPC to peer, we need to select a VPC ID. As you know that marketing team, so it will show that this is a network, and then VPC we need to connect the VPC within same account or another account. So if you want you have a two this Amazon account, you can connect. Otherwise, right now I will keep all this information default. So I will select the other VPC like finance. So here it is very much clear that I want to make a connection from marketing to finance. First, I will select a local VPC to pair with, and then the VPC destination, that is a sector finance. So here it will show that the network of finance. So I will create a pair. So now marketing connection has sent a request to finance. So I need to accept that request. So like go to the peering connection again. Here at action, if I select this, which I have just made marketing to finance, one connection came to my request only because that VPC is in my account. So it will send again that request to me, then accept this request to establish that connection. It will show a window that requester VPC is this marketing, acceptor VPC is this finance, and this is the requester address. So I will accept. So as you know that the connection is established. So we need to go to the root table. So once the connection is there, but if you still check that whether you able to ping that IP address, so it is not pinging. So can anyone answer my question that why we are not able to ping still to that network? Anyone? See, here I am. If I am alone speaking, then again it will make a session boring for me also. So I need that if everyone participate and everyone here to learn. So why don't why are you hesitating of being participate in this session? Otherwise, you can also have a YouTube and other knowledge source. So why you are taking a live classes?
So we are
I
not
want.
sure. Yesterday also, Sushil was facing the same issue. Even we were like stuck. We don't
I
know
will clear your
what is
issue,
supposed
but
to
I
do.
just want to know from your side that what might be the issue. We have created a connection, peering connection. We have accepted the request. So what will be the issue? I just want to know that, like, have you searched by yourself or if anyone know the answer? Otherwise, I will proceed and finish it within a 10 minute this session. But I just want to know that you want to you you want here to learn something or just only for sake of attendance or time pass. If you want to learn, then you need to participate because speaking alone is very boring for me also. Anyone?
So we are not aware what has to be done. Just explain us.
So, see, as you know that earlier when we are using component like router switches, we need to do the configuration. So, network is kind of a concept. So, take an example that if a postman is delivering a postcard to some address in, for example, take the example of Delhi city. So, for that, he need to know the route, like where to deliver the address. So once he know the route, he will successfully able to deliver the address. Yes, he got the address here by accepting that that route is there. Like from the Google map, he know that the route is there. But first of all, he need to select the path to that route. Route is also there. The like destination and uh, the two parties know that they are their networks are attached, but they will not communicate because in the router the route is missing. So as I shown you that in the route table we have to configure the route. So if we configure the route, then only we can successfully able to communicate between two. So right now I am not getting any ping response, so we will examine our route table. So it will take some time to refresh. Okay, it is there. So in my marketing VPC, we click on the route and there is no route table defined. That I have to mention here that my network traffic must go to the finance VPC. So for finance VPC, which is located on 172 network, that is this network. So I must define that CIDR block in the route table here. For that, I need to go to the route table, then I click edit. So this is your router. So earlier what happened when the cloud network is not there, nothing else. So we need to manually configure the router for that. Now it is very much easier. We need to click add route. So rest backend configuration will be taken care by Amazon itself. So anyone tell me that what I need to define here? What I need to write here? Anyone? What route I need to define here?
The finance VPC.
Yeah, finance VPC. So if I show you this IP, can you tell me that what is a VPC subnetwork of finance? Or I will make a law a little bit more easier to you. I will cancel the screen. Again, we will put the root table. So this is our finance VPC. Can you tell me that what I need to, is this any information available here which I need to put there to make a connection? Just try it, na. No problem if you go wrong. It doesn't make you like feel bad that you are not able to guess that. It will also clear you the
172.
concept. Yeah, tell
The
me.
trick is showing below, sir. 172.31.0.0.
What does mean is this? This is the host
In
network ID, right? So this is the zero is reserved for the host bit. So this is our network ID. So last two octet is reserved for the host bit. So it will designate our entire network. Whatever the host available there, we need to mention there that any host can ping from this series to that, right? So you are right that we need to put a 172 address there, and again we will go to the marketing route table, and we will tell them that one request is coming to your server or that from that network to finance network from our marketing network. Add a route, we will define it here. 172, select this, and any guess what we need to select here is the VPC peering connection. If we select on a peering, so this peering we have already made. If you remember the tagging, it will clearly indicate that this is marketing to finance, right? If I did not tag it properly, then from this letter it is very difficult to remember because sometimes thousands of peering connection is there. So always tag properly. It will help you a lot when you do configuring the VPC. So this is clearly that this network is now able to communicate with this. Already we have set up peer connection. So change. It will take some time to establish connection, right? So that connection is active and it is successfully configured. Again, we see that. So still, if we see that it is not pingable yet, can you tell me that why it is not able to ping that network again? Anyone? Can anyone tell that why it is not? We are not able to ping it again. Just give it a try. Not an issue if you go wrong. I will correct you. Anyone, please. Otherwise, it is very boring for me. Try this. What will be the reason that I'm not able to ping the network yet?
Are we supposed to add any internet gateways?
Pardon?
Gateways.
No, gateway we don't need right now. We are establishing a private network. See, we have configured a marketing router that we tell the marketing router that you know the address to this network. So marketing network is saying that okay, I know I this person, but this person knows me. How we will know that this person knows this? So he will, if my ping is going to this connection, he will not acknowledge it back because we have to configure the finance route table also. So when you are configuring a route table, you need to make sure that both router know each other. If there is no uh, connection between both router, route table is defined, then also your network will be incomplete. So we will do select this finance route table, and we will also define the route of marketing. So here you know that they know their route only, but they don't know route of the marketing. Same we will select here, and we will try to add marketing network. That is 10.0, sorry, 10.0.0. So it is CIDR of 16. So what I need to select here, can, as I already told you, what I need to select here quickly.
Peering
What I
connection.
need to select here? No, peering. We are configuring the peering connection. So click on the peering. Then, as you know that we have already given a clear notation, and the peering is marketing to finance peering. Because peering is something like we are laying a fiber cable to that network. If that is right now, it is a virtual, but earlier you are laying the fiber cable that is point to point connected to the two offices. Save changes. Now it is creating a route table. Now both know each other, both know each network, right? So we will check here and see that whether it is responding or not. We will refresh it. So as you see that route, we have already fixed the route. It will take some time to refresh it. Still, it is not. We are not able to ping anyone, and any reason for that? Why it is still not configured? As we already configured both router, what should be the problem?
Whether the network
Just give a
packets
try.
are
Pardon?
whether the network packets are transferring from one server to the another server, we can check it. And one more thing, is there any problem in the network interface card and the DNS? Check the DNS.
See, the problem is like you are some way right that we configure the router, but as you know that configuring a router alone is not enough in a real-time scenario, because in enterprise you also have a firewall. So have you checked that that firewall allow that connection or not? That firewall
No.
know the rule that root of your the other network. So
To allow the
in
services to
AWS we have a security group, right? So right now that is why we are not able to ping. We need to check the security group for both. We need to allow the network in the security group. Then only we can able to communicate. So we will give go to our finance. We will go to our EC2 then. So in real network, you also need to take care of router. Sometime manage switch is there, layer 3 switch. You also need to take care of. You are following in correct this VLAN connected to the switch, and then you also need to take care of a firewall. If everything is there, we got a green signal from each and every device, then our traffic is good to go to the other network. So click on the instance. So these are the basic things which always, like whenever you making anything in cloud network, you always have to remember from troubleshooting point of view. Every time you need to check security group, root table. These are the basic building block that to establish a communication between your network. So quickly we will select this finance server, and then it will take some time to refresh it. Security group. So click on security group. So here you can see that from here we do not have any port for you can say that marketing network. So we will add rule. So we will add custom or you can say that you can also choose all ICMP. Then here you can tell the network range of marketing server. So marketing VPC network, save rules. So that is very instance that whenever you apply the rule, it will apply it immediately. So rule is added. We will go to our server and we will check that. So we will once again review the session. Until then, we will let this instance to refresh. So as we can see from here that we have successfully added the route to the marketing server here. And still not pinging. There might be some problem. This is which connection? This is our marketing system. We are trying to ping first host. So as you told, I told you that we need to know the state, that in what state it is right now. And also sometime in just a minute. Again, we will review this read and try to add. I don't know why it is not pinging. We check the IP also, that IP is right or not. We need to again check our VPC. Might be problem in the VPC. Again, we will quickly review our setting by seeing the peering connection first. We will quickly review our peering connection that everything is okay. So we will examine both root table that our connection is established or not. Status of peering is active, and we will directly go from this settings to root table. It will take some time to refresh the setting, so we'll wait. We will check the root table of marketing, public subnet 1. All root are active, connecting VPC, and then we will see another root table. Here it is showing 10.10, 10.31, 172.31, same 16, and same 16. So it is connecting with finance VPC private, public subnet 1. So might be there is some problem in VPC. So what I will do is I will because I have mentioned the root in the different. I think both are in public uh, subnet, but we are connecting from this finance to marketing VPC. Sorry, marketing to finance VPC through private connection. So I have mentioned a root in public. So there might be a problem. So what I need to do is So we must go to the root table to verify that the connection is okay or not. So this is one where we have to do the setting. You can check here that we have not defined any root here in the private connection, because if you remember my diagram, the two network which are you can say two network finance and developer are connected to the public network, and sorry, marketing and developer, and finance is on our private network. So we must define root here, because that is our private connection to that root. Select a peering network, save change. We will reload the screen and check that whether our connection is established or not. I think now, as you see that we are successfully able to ping our connection. So now our route is through. So what mistake I have done is, I will show you like through my PPT. So as I show you that we have some network diagram for which we are going to implement a connection. Uh, everyone able to see my screen? Just type yes in chat box. If
No, sir.
no, okay. Just let me share again. Share screen. Now is it visible?
Yes.
So here you can see that this is our marketing IP, like 10.10, and we are going to connect to this finance CIDR. This is their IP address 10.10.0.0, and this is finance IP. So what I have done is, this is hosted on the private cloud. So what I configured earlier is that I mention a route in their public sub network. So public network is something like which I have a public IP address, but here it is not attached to the public address. So it is a private network. Then again, in front of you, I added the private subnet and put the same route of marketing that is coming IP from this server to this. So by that, our route is established. So I will summarize my each and every step here. First, I my machines are there already. So I configure a VPC peering connection between them by adding both of them in the same network, and then I added their route tables. Route table like putting in this route table that address 172.3.1 network, that is a finance network, that this marketing team router has to know that they have another path to route the request, that is finance. And then in the finance network I put marketing server marketing network IP address, that is 10.10, and then I allow that ICMP gate for that protocol, which is responsible for giving the reply when you ping to some network. If ICMP internet control messaging protocol is blocked, in that case you are not able to receive any request from that network. So otherwise, by establishing peering connection, your request will move backward and forward. But if you want to do a ping, you need to allow ICMP request. That is a protocol which we use to diagnose the network. Anyone can have any question in that in today's session? Anyone can have any question related to that? So this is kind of a thing we have done, giving one connection to requesting from one VPC to another, and then by accepting this and adding a route table. That is, with this 3-4 slide, it looks simple, but sometimes it is very hectic if you do not enter the proper detail in that. Anyone have any query? Otherwise, I will going to end this session today, because that is very much important to clear all of you that we need to check each and every uh, settings clearly. Otherwise, we are not able to troubleshoot our instance. So back to the instance. This is all in real time troubleshooting, that our instance is now right now is giving a continuous reply. So here, this is, that is why that tagging is very much important. So I have a two subnet attached to this virtual private cloud. One is finance private and public. So by mistakenly earlier I have added the route in a public network, which is again not directly routing the request to the marketing team. So I must have to enter the route in the private, which I done later on. So everyone are like understand this concept, or anyone have any question? I will give you a 5-minute time. Just let me know if you want to have, if you have any query related to that. Peering table, VPC peering. Please let me know. To clear the concept, I will delete that route from here, public subnet. Then you will see that it will not affect our ping response here. Right now it is continuously giving ping. I will delete that route. So I have deleted that route, but my network is still giving me response. So again, tagging is very much important. Otherwise, if you not give that tagging properly, you will not able to understand which network is which network. So here I have thousand of network established when we are doing this monitoring or maintenance for a large customer like Domino's, McDonald, who have a presence in who have a global presence. So they have a virtual machine in every region. So they have a multiple route tables and multiple VMs are there. So necessary to set up each and everything. So just type yes in chat box if doubts are clear. Otherwise, I'm going to close this session today. And also give a rating in the chat box that how is today's session. Please read today's session. Please type from 5 to 1 to 5. Please give a rating here so that next time also I'll give you more real-time examples and we will do real-time troubleshooting. So once you are going to learn any kind of a you can say that a cloud networking, whether it is a GCP, Google Cloud or Azure or AWS, network fundamentals are same everywhere. So we will also do a practice on Google Cloud Platform and Microsoft Azure, so that whenever you are working in some environment where you have a different cloud, then you do not hesitate to work in any of a network. I will make you comfortable on all the network, but first you understand the concept that networking concept or other things are always same. Baseline is same. Only the name change. There they call a virtual machine. Here we have a EC2. Alibaba call it EC2. So if someone is rating me 3, please also let me know where I can improve my uh, area that where which part of the training you are not able to understand or I'm not able to deliver you. Also because it is always a two-way learning process. I am here to like give you a knowledge and sometime I also get a knowledge from your side. So learning is always a two-way process. Sharing is caring. Pradeep, if you have any if, like suggestion for me, just let me know. Okay, then thank you everyone. Thank you and have like a good day and best of luck for your career journey ahead. Thank you and thank you all.
Thank you, sir.